Hi, it's Sarah with mynaturalbabybirth.com. Today is day 5 of our Becoming Fearless for Birth challenge. How have you been doing this week so far? Really? How are you doing? And it's okay if you're not quite where you want to be. We still have 4 days left, 3 to 4, last one's a bonus, of this challenge, and it is all downhill from here. If you have followed through on each of the assignments this week and gone through your workbook, you have made huge strides, and that is worth celebrating because you've taken the intentional actions to make things work for you with all of the power that you possess, and which is fantastic. So, what did you come up with doing your research yesterday? Do you have any extra questions? I forgot to mention, I was going to tell you, there's also another worksheet in the workbook that says questions for your provider. So as you've been going through and doing your research from day 4, if you have any extra questions about procedures and practices and risks and anything pertaining to your personal situation, write them down, and then you can, next time you have your visit with your midwife, your OBGYN, you can ask them all. Do not be embarrassed. They hear everything, and they are all legitimate concerns no matter what they are. Okay? Great. So let's get on to day 5. Okay, we've been doing one letter of the word fearless every day, and the 5th letter in fearless is L. L stands for listening. So today we are doing a challenge about listening, okay? It is a complete waste of your time and effort and energy if you are going through this entire challenge to confront your fears, get past them, move around them, and utilize them for positive growth and moving forward if you do not stop listening to all the negative crap out there. If you still choose to listen to and read and pay attention to the negative things, the what ifs, the tiny little chances, the anxieties that will get you going again, if you choose to keep those things in front of you, then why are you even doing this in the first place? You've made such intention and such good choices to get away from that. So today we're going to talk about listening to the good things that you learn, listening to the good experiences, listening to the positive aspects of every situation for you, for other births, for anything pertaining to your pregnancy, your baby, and what you're going to be experiencing. Now today is a lot about journaling. I want you to journal how you feel. There's questions in the worksheet that I want you to answer. But mainly what you're going to do today, the challenge is choose to listen and believe in the good that does exist for you. Maybe you haven't even experienced it for yourself. Maybe this isn't your first pregnancy, and perhaps before you haven't had the birth that you've quite wanted. No matter how it ended up, that doesn't mean it can't happen now. But you need to choose to listen to those positive things, those positive possibilities that do exist, that you hear about every day, that we talk about in this group. The birth stories that are so uplifting, and the graceful joys that all of these other mothers have experienced. Maybe you've had natural births before, maybe you've had fantastic births before, even though they probably weren't as natural as you wanted, or even how you wanted it all. There is still joy and good and bliss in all of the situations we experience, and what we are going to experience if we choose to listen for those things and find them and focus on them. Listen to your positive thoughts. Demand that those negative thoughts get behind you. Do not give them attention. Listen to the positive birth stories. You can listen to all 3 of my birth stories on the YouTube channel. I think they're even in the video archives in this group. and you can listen to all of the positive situations from other mothers that have gone before, and even from your care provider. The law of attraction states that what you focus on expands. Have you noticed how, since you're pregnant now, you notice everywhere all of the other women that are pregnant? Or you notice all of the other moms that have a newborn baby? You know, where we are in life and what we choose to focus on, we see everywhere, because it's how the law of attraction and our state of mind works. What we choose to focus on expands, and we can find it everywhere. So what are you focusing on? Are you listening to those gossipy headlines that pop up? Oh my gosh, watch this birthing video. It's crazy what happens. Or are you paying attention to those horror stories that you share with a mom at the grocery store, your desire to birth naturally, and they say, oh, well, I tried that and this is what happened to me, and all those negative things. Or you try to express your choices and decisions to your doctor or your family members, and they just are in disbelief and tell you negative things about what you're trying to do isn't possible. What are you choosing to focus on? What are you choosing to listen to? Because I can guarantee, even all of those people that have had a negative experience or choose to focus on the negative things, I guarantee that all of those people and all of those experiences still have positive, blissful aspects that happened and that will happen. It's just those individuals are choosing to express the negative side. So what do you do? What do you do if this happens? You can surround yourself with all of the positive affirmations and the positive birth stories and reading all of the blogs about the great experiences there are. And I encourage you to do that. That's excellent. But what do you do if you have, say, a sister or a doctor that all they want to tell you is the negative stuff? How do you get past that and listen only to the good? So here's some suggestions. So no matter what the situation, gently stand up for yourself and change the subject. Gently stand up for yourself and change the subject. Do not be afraid of the choices that you have made. Do not be afraid to express that. Because once they see that positive light coming from you, they are more likely to change their state of mind into positivity as well. Gently change the subject. Gently stand up for yourself. Oh, okay, thank you for sharing, but this is what I've chosen to do. This is what I feel is best for my family, and I would appreciate your support either way. What are you going to focus on? Say they start telling you horror stories. Oh, this happened to me. This happened to me. You're not going to be able to make it. Whatever. Ask them, okay, I'm sorry maybe you had a bad time, but what are the happy things that you remember about having your baby? What is the one positive, uplifting thing you would tell a new mom like me? What is the happiest moment you can remember about holding your baby for the first time? What is the best thing that you would love to share with me about your birthing experience? Ask them questions like that where you can only get a positive result, hopefully. Ask them the questions and ask them to share the stories that have a focus on the joy and the good. Because if those mothers and those providers or whoever it is, if they are sharing with you, even if it's positive or negative, if they're sharing with you, it's because they care. It's because they care about you, and any negativity that they are giving off is part of their own perception of their own negative experiences and negative choices about themselves. It has nothing to do with you. Any negativity that someone throws at you has nothing to do with you. So, if they won't be positive, if they won't answer your questions about, share with me the best thing that you loved about your birth. If they won't share things like that, if they won't talk about the positive aspects, it is okay to get away from them. It is okay to say, I appreciate and love you and respect you, but I don't want to hear more about the negative things because I know that there is so much good around this experience that is coming for me. I know that there are millions and millions of women that do this every day and find joy in it, and that's what I want. So, feed your mind by listening to the good things. Choose to support yourself by focusing and listening on the good things, on the positive aspects, the great birth stories, the wonderful results of moms that have gone before. There's already some fantastic stories from ladies in this group that have had their babies the past few months, and they've had fantastic experiences. Just because there's just because you hear one negative experience about this or about that does not mean it is the norm for everyone. What you choose to focus on expands. And I hope that you choose to listen to the good and the positive and to feed your mind and heart with those intentions. Okay? So, journal today, answer those questions in the worksheet about how you're going to choose and what you're going to focus on and where you can go to hear those positive things. And then I just want you to smile. Because once you start noticing how you feel about when you listened to the positive things and what you're feeding your mind that is positive, you don't ever want to go back. You just want to keep doing that so that you can have that elated, high vibration, happy feeling all the time. And it is absolutely achievable. Okay? So, if you have any questions about that, let me know. And if you know a mom that's pregnant that could totally benefit with working through this, please invite them to the group. We will accept them in right away, and I'd love to hear from you. Hope that serves you today. Have a great one. Bye.